Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a molecule so powerful that it can awaken the very engines inside your cells, your mitochondria, to build muscle, enhance endurance, and transform your physical performance from the inside out. This isn't science fiction. It's the new frontier of human biology, where peptides act like master switches, turning on strength, recovery, and vitality at the cellular level. Today, I want to show you how one of the most powerful peptides ever discovered doesn't just help you build muscle. It reprograms your biology for performance. Because when you empower your mitochondria, you empower your life. For decades, we believed that muscle growth was simply a matter of resistance, repetition, and nutrition. Lift weights, eat protein, and your body responds by growing stronger. But science now tells us there's another layer beneath this, a hidden symphony of molecular signals that decide how your body uses energy, repairs tissue, and adapts to stress. At the center of that orchestra are the mitochondria, microscopic powerhouses that generate the energy every cell needs to function. The stronger your mitochondria, the more efficient your energy system, the greater your endurance, and the faster your recovery. And the peptide we're talking about today, one that's gaining incredible attention in scientific circles, is unlocking this power like never before. This peptide works by targeting your mitochondria directly. Think of mitochondria as tiny furnaces inside your cells, burning fuel to create ATP, the energy currency of life. But with age, stress, and inactivity, these furnaces begin to slow down. They produce less energy, more waste, and your body begins to feel fatigue faster, recover slower, and lose the metabolic spark that drives vitality. What this peptide does is it reignites those cellular furnaces, improving mitochondrial efficiency, enhancing energy output, and protecting against oxidative stress. In simpler terms, it doesn't just help you feel more energetic, it changes how your body produces energy altogether. When this happens, something remarkable takes place. Your muscles become more responsive. They recover faster from intense workouts. They burn fat more efficiently, and they build lean mass at an accelerated rate. Studies have shown that by optimizing mitochondrial function, increase not just muscle strength, but also endurance and metabolic flexibility. You begin to perform longer, recover better, and age slower. And all of this begins at the cellular level, where this peptide acts as a biological switch for performance. Now, you might wonder, how can something so small have such a massive impact? The answer lies in how peptides work. Peptides are short chains of amino acids, the same building blocks of protein. But unlike full proteins, they're designed for signaling. They act as messengers that tell your cells what to do. Some peptides signal your skin to produce more collagen. Others tell your brain to release growth hormones. This specific peptide signals your mitochondria to produce more energy, reduce inflammation, and repair themselves. It's like giving your cells a direct command: work better, recover faster, perform stronger. But the story gets even more fascinating. When your mitochondria function at their peak, your entire physiology changes. Blood flow improves. Oxygen delivery to tissues becomes more efficient. Your body starts burning fat for energy more effectively, preserving glycogen and reducing fatigue. Your recovery window, that crucial time after training when your body repairs muscle fibers, becomes shorter. Don't just train harder, you train smarter, because your body's repair systems are running at full capacity. The ripple effect of this is enormous. Imagine waking up every day feeling more energetic, mentally sharper, physically stronger, not because of caffeine, supplements, or sheer willpower, but because your biology has been tuned to operate at a higher level. This is what optimizing mitochondria can do. It's not about hacking the body. It's about restoring it to the efficiency it was designed for. Your body already knows how to thrive. It just needs the right signals to do so. When researchers studied this peptide's effects, they noticed something extraordinary. Not only did muscle performance improve, but markers of cellular aging began to reverse. Mitochondrial DNA damage was reduced. Inflammation markers dropped. Cellular turnover became more youthful. In other words, the body wasn't just performing better, it was aging slower. This is a critical insight because muscle and longevity are deeply intertwined. The stronger your muscles, the longer and healthier your life tends to be. By enhancing mitochondrial function, you're not just building muscle, you're building resilience against the passage of time. Let's think about what this means for athletes, for everyday people, and even for aging adults who simply want to feel strong again. For the athlete, it's the difference between good and exceptional. For the individual battling fatigue, it's the difference between surviving and thriving. And for the older adult, it's a second chance at vitality, a way to reclaim physical performance that once seemed lost. We live in a world that glorifies external effort, the grind, the sweat, the visible transformation. But the most profound transformations happen where you can't see them, inside your cells. When you train your mitochondria to function better, everything follows. Your hormones balance, your metabolism steadies, your recovery accelerates, and your performance amplifies. It's not about doing more, it's about doing better at the molecular level. Now, here's what's remarkable about peptides like this one. They don't override your body's natural systems. They enhance them. They work in harmony with your biology, nudging it toward balance and strength. They remind your cells how to operate as they did when you were younger, with precision, efficiency, and resilience. That's why I call this the biological revolution of performance. We're not just enhancing muscles, we're upgrading the software that runs them. When you combine this with proper nutrition, hydration, and movement, the results multiply. Think of your mitochondria as an orchestra. The peptide is the conductor, ensuring every instrument, every cellular process plays in perfect harmony. The result is not noise, but music, energy that flows, strength that sustains, recovery that renews. So, what does this mean for you? It means that the path to your peak potential no longer lies only in the gym or in endless hours of training, but within your cells. It means that the next evolution of physical performance is biological optimization. It begins with understanding and supporting your mitochondria. The mitochondria are the unsung heroes of your health. They determine how fast you age, how much energy you have, how quickly you recover, and even how clearly you think. When you enhance them, you enhance everything. Peptides represent one of the most promising tools. We have to do exactly that. To unlock the extraordinary power that's already inside you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the message today is simple yet profound. True strength isn't just about what you can lift or how far you can run. It's about how efficiently your body creates and uses energy. It's about how resilient your cells are when faced with stress. It's about how your biology responds to the demands of life. The most powerful peptide for muscle building and performance doesn't just build your body, it builds your energy system, your longevity, and your vitality. We are entering an age where science no longer just treats illness, it cultivates excellence. And that's what makes this discovery so extraordinary. Because when you empower your mitochondria, you empower every part of your existence, from your muscles to your mind. This is not just about building a better body, it's about building a better you. So, as you step into the next chapter of your physical journey, remember this: power you seek is already within you. It's written in your biology, encoded in your cells, waiting to be activated. This peptide, this tiny yet mighty molecule, is simply the key that unlocks it. When you align science with purpose, when you nurture your biology instead of fighting it, you don't just perform better, you thrive. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the true essence of human potential. Ladies and gentlemen, what if the secret to greater strength, energy, and resilience isn't found in the gym, but within your cells? Deep inside every muscle fiber of your body lies a hidden power source, a microscopic engine known as the mitochondria. These tiny structures are responsible for creating the energy that fuels everything you do. From your heartbeat to your workouts, from your focus to your recovery. And today, we're going to talk about one of the most extraordinary discoveries in modern science, a powerful peptide that has the ability to supercharge these mitochondria, unlocking your body's full potential for muscle growth, endurance, and vitality. This is not just about looking stronger, it's about transforming the way your biology performs. Because when your mitochondria thrive, every cell in your body thrives. Think about it. Every time you move, lift, breathe, or even think, your mitochondria are working tirelessly, converting nutrients into ATP, the very energy currency of life. But as we age, or as our bodies are exposed to stress, poor sleep, toxins, and sedentary habits, these mighty engines begin to slow down. They lose their efficiency, they produce more waste, and as a result, we start to feel fatigued, weaker, slower to recover, and less resilient overall. For years, scientists believed that this decline was inevitable, just a natural part of aging. But new research has turned that belief upside down, because now we know it's possible to reprogram, recharge, rebuild these mitochondria through powerful signaling molecules. Peptides that tell your body to restore its youthful energy capacity. This particular peptide that enhances mitochondrial function is like flipping a biological switch. When it enters your system, it sends a precise signal to your cells. Produce more energy, repair faster, eliminate waste, optimize performance. It activates pathways that are deeply connected to longevity, muscle recovery, and endurance. What this means is that your body starts functioning at a higher level naturally. You're not forcing performance with stimulants or shortcuts. You're awakening the body's own design for strength and vitality. Now, let's take a closer look at how this transformation actually happens. Inside your muscle cells, Mitochondria create energy through a process called oxidative phosphorylation, the conversion of nutrients like glucose and fatty acids into ATP. But when mitochondria are damaged or sluggish, that process becomes less efficient, and you feel it as fatigue, slower gains, and reduced stamina. What this peptide does is it stimulates something called mitochondrial biogenesis, the creation of new, healthy mitochondria. It's like adding more high performance engines to your cellular system. The result: greater energy output, improved endurance, and faster recovery after exercise. But that's only half of the story, because mitochondria aren't just energy producers, they're also protectors. They help regulate inflammation, detoxify reactive oxygen species, and maintain balance within your cells. When your mitochondria are optimized, your body becomes more resilient to stress, less prone to injury, and more capable of bouncing back after intense activity. This peptide enhances mitochondrial quality control, ensuring that old or damaged mitochondria are recycled and replaced by new ones. Imagine your cells undergoing a renewal process every day, where each new generation of mitochondria functions better than the last. That's how you build a foundation for sustained strength and performance over time. Now imagine combining that with your regular training routine. When you lift weights, your muscles undergo microscopic tears that need to be repaired. That repair process is where growth happens. With optimized mitochondria, your cells have more energy to fuel that repair, which means your recovery time shortens, muscle fibers come back denser and stronger. You don't just build muscle faster, you build it smarter. Your endurance improves because your body becomes more efficient at using oxygen and nutrients. And your mental clarity sharpens because your brain, too, runs on mitochondrial energy. We've known for years that athletes perform best when their energy metabolism is finely tuned. But what's revolutionary about this peptide is that it brings that same optimization to anyone. Not just elite athletes, but everyday people who want to feel stronger, younger, and more alive. Because energy is life. When your energy production increases at the cellular level, your entire body responds. You start waking up with more vitality, powering through workouts with greater intensity, and recovering without the usual exhaustion. What's even more fascinating is how this peptide interacts with aging. As we grow older, our mitochondria naturally accumulate damage. They begin to leak energy, release more free radicals, trigger low-grade inflammation, one of the major drivers of aging itself. By stimulating mitochondrial renewal, this peptide reverses part of that process. It reduces oxidative stress, restores cellular communication, improves metabolic health. You can think of it as rejuvenation from within, not a temporary boost, but a fundamental recalibration of how your cells operate. And here's something even more profound. Your mitochondria don't just affect your muscles and energy, they influence every system in your body, your heart, your brain, your immune function, even your hormones. When your mitochondria function better, your cardiovascular system becomes more efficient, your heart pumps stronger, your oxygen delivery improves, your blood sugar remains stable, and your immune system becomes more responsive. The benefits ripple through your entire being. You're not just improving your performance, you're enhancing your health span, the number of years you live with vitality and strength. For many people, biggest challenge in fitness and health isn't effort, it's recovery. We push ourselves hard, but we don't always recover efficiently. That's where mitochondrial enhancement becomes a game changer. By increasing ATP production, this peptide ensures that your cells have the energy they need to repair tissues faster. It also reduces the buildup of lactic acid, meaning less soreness after workouts and faster adaptation. You start feeling stronger not after months, but within weeks. And the most incredible part, it's sustainable because you're not adding artificial energy. You're building it from within. Think about this in a bigger context. Your mitochondria are like the batteries of your body. Over time, most of us are running on half charge without realizing it. We've accepted fatigue, burnout, slower recovery as normal, but they're not normal. They're signs that our cells are starving for energy. When you activate and restore your mitochondria, it's like recharging those internal batteries. Suddenly, the lights turn back on. Your drive, your focus, your performance all reignite. Now, imagine if we applied this understanding not just to athletes, but to aging populations, to people recovering from illness, to those looking to prevent disease before it begins. The implications are enormous. We're not talking about external interventions. We're talking about empowering the body to heal and strengthen itself through the language of its own biology. This peptide is a messenger of that language, reminding your cells of what they were always meant to do. Perform at their best. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of strength begins within. It's not in another supplement, not in another training program, but in unlocking the innate power already coded into your DNA. When you give your mitochondria the support they need, your entire biology aligns toward excellence. You become more than just fit, you become optimized. Your body learns to operate like it did in its prime, and your energy becomes a renewable force. This is the essence of modern health science, the shift from treating decline to cultivating performance. We are learning that the path to longevity, vitality, and physical greatness is not through external force, but internal precision. And this powerful peptide, this mitochondrial enhancer, represents the cutting edge of that movement. It's a reminder that we are not victims of aging or fatigue. We are participants in our biology's evolution. So as you move forward in your own journey of strength, remember, every time you take a deep breath, every time your heart beats, every time you lift, move, or think, your mitochondria are there working silently to power you. And now, with the help of science, we can amplify that power, awaken those engines, and transform the potential that's been waiting inside all along. Because the future of performance isn't about pushing harder. It's about powering smarter. It's about activating the biology that was designed for greatness. And when you do that, you don't just build muscle. You build longevity, energy, deeper connection to the extraordinary capacity of your own body. Ladies and gentlemen, the key to unlocking your peak performance is already within you. The mitochondria are the spark. The peptide is the ignition, and the result is a stronger, faster, more resilient you operating at your highest potential. The future of muscle building, endurance, and vitality has already begun, and it starts within your cells.